Ever found yourself staring at that sleek Venmo app on your phone, a little voice in your head whispering, "Could this be the answer to my invoicing woes?" You're not alone. As a freelancer navigating the exciting, yet sometimes chaotic, world of independent work, getting paid efficiently and easily is probably high on your priority list. We juggle clients, deadlines, and the constant hustle of finding that next gig. So, the allure of a simple, user-friendly platform like Venmo is understandable. But can it truly be your go-to solution for getting paid for your hard-earned skills? Think about it. You've just wrapped up a fantastic project. Your client is thrilled, and you're eager to see that payment land in your account. You fire off an invoice, and then the question pops into your head, can they just Venmo me? It seems so straightforward, right? Most of us have used Venmo to split dinner bills with friends, chip in for a group gift, or send a quick thank you to a family member. It's convenient, it's fast, and almost everyone seems to have it. But the world of freelancing operates a little differently than splitting a pizza. We're talking about professional services, contracts, and often, significant sums of money. This is where the seemingly simple question of using Venmo for freelance payments starts to get a little more complex. Let's peel back the layers and explore the ins and outs of using Venmo as a freelancer. We'll delve into the platform's intended purpose, its features, its limitations, and most importantly, whether it aligns with the needs and best practices of running a freelance business. We'll also touch upon some crucial considerations you absolutely need to be aware of before you even think about sending or receiving a payment through the app for your freelance work. So, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's unravel the mystery of freelancers and Venmo. By the end of this, you'll have a much clearer understanding of whether this popular app is a viable option for your freelance payment needs, or if you should be looking elsewhere. First things first, let's revisit what Venmo actually is. At its core, Venmo is a mobile payment service owned by PayPal. It's designed for quick and easy money transfers between friends and family. Its social feed, where users can see, with privacy settings, of course, who paid whom for what, often with quirky emojis, reinforces this social aspect. It's all about convenience for those everyday, informal transactions. Now, let's consider the terms of service. This is where things start to get a little less clear-cut for freelance use. Venmo's user agreement explicitly states that the platform should primarily be used for personal, non-commercial transactions. Sending or receiving payments for goods or services, especially in a business context, can actually be against their terms. Why does this matter? Well, if Venmo detects that you're using your account for business transactions, they could potentially freeze or even close your account. This could lead to significant headaches, especially if you have funds tied up in the platform. Imagine the disruption to your cash flow and the hassle of trying to recover those funds. It's a risk that's definitely worth considering. Beyond the terms of service, there are other practical limitations that make Venmo less than ideal for professional freelance payments. Let's break down some of these key drawbacks. Lack of professional features. Unlike dedicated payment platforms for businesses and freelancers, Venmo lacks essential features that are crucial for professional transactions. Think about invoicing. Venmo doesn't offer built-in invoicing tools, which means you'd have to create and send invoices separately and then manually track payments within the app. This adds extra steps to your workflow and can become cumbersome, especially as your freelance business grows. Limited record keeping. While Venmo does keep a record of your transactions, it's not designed for the kind of detailed financial reporting that businesses require. You might find it difficult to easily categorize income, track sales tax, if applicable, and generate reports for accounting purposes. This can make tax season a real headache. No protection for buyers or sellers. One of the biggest downsides of using Venmo for freelance work is the lack of buyer and seller protection. If a client sends you a payment and then disputes it, or if you provide a service and don't receive payment, Venmo offers very limited avenues for resolution. This leaves both you and your client vulnerable to potential fraud or disputes. Dedicated business payment platforms, on the other hand, often have dispute resolution processes in place to protect both parties. Transaction limits. Venmo has transaction limits, which can be restrictive, especially if you're dealing with larger project payments. These limits can vary depending on your account activity and verification status, but they might not be high enough to accommodate all of your freelance income. This could force you to break down payments into smaller chunks, which can be inconvenient for both you and your client. Professionalism concerns. While convenience is appealing, using Venmo for business transactions can sometimes appear unprofessional to clients. It blurs the lines between personal and professional interactions and might not convey the same level of legitimacy as using a dedicated business payment platform that allows for branded invoices and more formal payment processes. Tax implications. Depending on your location and the amount of money you're receiving through Venmo, there could be tax implications. While Venmo may send out tax forms under certain circumstances, relying solely on it for tracking your freelance income for tax purposes can be risky. It's crucial to have a clear and organized system for tracking all your business income and expenses. Now, having laid out the potential pitfalls, you might be wondering if there are any scenarios where using Venmo for freelance payments might be acceptable. Perhaps for very small, one-off gigs with trusted clients? While the risks associated with violating Venmo's terms of service still exist, there might be limited situations where it could be considered, such as small, informal tasks, for very minor tasks or favors where the payment amount is negligible and the client is someone you have a strong existing relationship with. However, even in these cases, it's worth considering if a more professional method would still be preferable. Tips or bonuses. If a client wants to send a small tip or bonus on top of your regular payment, Venmo might be a convenient option. However, even this should be approached with caution and awareness of the terms. However, it's crucial to understand that even in these seemingly low-risk scenarios, you are still technically going against Venmo's intended use. So, if Venmo isn't the ideal solution for freelance payments, what are some better alternatives? Thankfully, there are numerous platforms specifically designed to meet the needs of freelancers and small businesses. These platforms often offer features like professional invoicing. Create and send professional-looking invoices with your branding, payment terms, and itemized services. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.